Today we want to show you guys a full tour of our current apartment in Tokyo because we're actually moving really soon and we have to start packing. So before we touch anything, we wanted to just show you this place and even show you some bits that we normally can't show because of privacy reasons, but it's okay now because we're about to leave. So let's start from the entryway and then do a full circle showing you guys all the different areas. Ta-da!
Welcome.
So this is what you see when you step inside.
This is the genkan, or the entranceway, where you take off your shoes before coming in the house. Please ignore this cardboard and this bubble wrap and this tape. The moving company just dropped it off like yesterday. It's not usually here, so just ignore that for now.
We've kept this area pretty basic, but there is one item here that we want to introduce you to.
And here is Paul Jr., our hippopotamus that we sit on to put the shoes on. Let's go to some other parts of the apartment.
Just a few steps in from the entrance is one of our favorite things about this apartment.
I think the kitchen is one of the main selling points of this apartment.
I guess it's like 80% of the reason why we ended up choosing this one when we were picking a place to rent. Every time we've had people over, we noticed that everyone's been very comfortable, like flowing in and out of all the spaces. We end up like standing around and chatting and eating.
Yeah, I could do some last minute cooking.
Yeah, we don't really have any complaints about the kitchen, but many times when we have the stove on, the kettle on, and the air conditioning on, it'll trip the circuit. So we just always have to remember to only have like 2 of the 3 things on at any time.
I think it's a common problem in Tokyo apartments.
We actually don't have enough dishware and silverware to like properly host. We just kind of have like random stuff that we've made.
It's a nice like matcha bowl that's like fancy matcha bowl.
2 little sauce dishes from a kintsugi class.
Natural whetstones from Japan for sharpening your knives. We don't use them very much.
We should.
We should,
yeah.
Here's our oven/microwave.
This is really common in Japan actually. They don't often do the built-in ovens like you would see in North America. Before we got our oven, we would use our fish grill, but it only heated things up from the top and would actually burn things pretty easily, which is why we wanted to stop using it. To be honest, the kitchen has always been a challenging area for us to organize, so it's something that we'll have to keep working on at our next place as well.
Next, I think we'll go to our dining room. So apartments in Tokyo are pretty small, so it's important to have space-saving furniture. So that's what this is, a table that you can extend or put away. So it can be like a sideboard or a table that we eat most of our meals at. This is also our bedroom. This apartment is a 1DK, which means it's 1 bedroom, dining, and kitchen. Bedroom is being used as our living room, and this is the dining area, which needs to take on the role of a bedroom. We tried a few different things when we first moved in, but this is what ended up working the best for us.
Every night we clean the floor and we put away the table and we lay out our foldable tatami mat and a futon on top, and we just sleep here.
Yeah, I remember some previous videos, people have commented like, where's your bed? Like, and it's here in the dining room.
Yeah, it actually hasn't affected our sleep quality negatively at all.
It feels like a ritual to take your bed out at night or put it away in the morning and then the day starts.
We store it in our walk-in closet. It's not really that big, but you can stand inside, so I guess it's a walk-in closet. And it's just through this door, which people assume is the bedroom, but it's not.
It's very full right now. It's really full always because it's kind of our major storage area. So it's like our clothes, pillows up here. This is our bed and the tatami mat, and storage for suitcases and other stuff. I think I won't go into too much detail about this closet, but it's basically like the only storage we have.
Next, we have our living room area and our work area.
We have these sliding doors that we can use to close off this area if we really need to. We almost never close it off actually.
Yeah. We're really glad that we were able to create somewhat distinct zones within this one small apartment. Our favorite pieces in this area are probably the wool rug and this sakura-shaped katatsu. In the summertime, we use it as a regular coffee table, but when the weather gets cooler, we add a blanket and turn on the heater underneath. And then here is our workstation. We have 2 standing desks. These desks have been pretty great at keeping us active throughout the day, and it also saves space because we can fully tuck our chairs in underneath and it gives us more room to walk through. We also want to quickly mention our shelving area. So originally we meant for it to be more of a spot to display nice things, but we quickly realized that in a small home like this, we actually really needed the space for practical use. So now there's all sorts of things on it. We do keep space for a few favorites though, like this retro flip clock that we got in Hong Kong, this Yuzen silk art that we painted in Kyoto, a Game Boy that we customized in Akihabara, a rare Coca-Cola with Japanese characters printed on the bottle, and of course a bit of accent lighting to tie the space together. These are called kumiko lamps, and what's cool is that they're handmade by Japanese artisans without using any nails or glue. Now let's go out onto the balcony. We can see a silhouette of Mount Fuji. So not the most amazing view today since it's usually cloudy this time of year, but during the winter months, we often get a really clear view of Mount Fuji, especially in the mornings. We used to hang dry our clothes out here, but these days we find it more convenient just to dry stuff indoors. So now this outdoor space is mainly for getting fresh air throughout the day, and it's actually why we added this hanging table, just to have a little bit of space to put a cup of tea when we take our breaks out here. Now let's head back inside and show you the slightly less glamorous parts of this apartment. Okay, now let's show you guys the laundry area.
Okay, so hidden behind these rolling blinds is actually our washing machine. We thought it was really considerate and also kind of funny how they added these rolling blinds. We have so many of these umbrellas now, these classic clear Japanese umbrellas, because sometimes you're out and suddenly there's like heavy rain and you don't have your umbrella, so you have to quickly buy a 800 yen umbrella from 7-Eleven. Just how it is living in Japan. And now to the bathroom.
Not sure if you can tell from this angle, but one quirk here is that there's no door for our sink and shower room. Instead, there's a rail on the door frame where we can install curtains. So our shower is in here, and this is the sink area for, proper face washing and brushing teeth and stuff. There's a light up here that switches on, as well as a defogging button where if you turn on it heats up the mirror, so the shower steam won't keep the mirror fogged up. These kind of built-in all-in-one units are pretty common in Japan. We have these doors that you open. This is classic, like in Japan, having a whole separate shower room. Everything can get wet. You don't have to worry about like water coming out through the curtain gaps when you're showering, because you don't need a curtain. This autofill panel where you can set the water temperature, how much water you wanted to fill it with, or even if you wanted to reheat water. Based on the apartment viewings we've been doing, I think there's like 3 levels we've seen. So one is maybe the cheapest one where all the walls are white. And then there's the middle one where it's like, let's throw in a little something. And then you get like one wall that has a good pattern. Then the nicer one where you go to tower mansions or like the really good apartments, all 3 walls are this or tile or something nicer. And this fan up here, it can suck out moisture, but it can also blow hot air or cold air. So if you hang clothes here, you can dry them indoors. And now all that's left to show you guys is the toilet room, which in Japan is usually in a separate room. Ta-da! Really small room just for the toilet. This one has a bidet, so you can wash your bum. It also heats up the seat, so you can control the strength and the temperature of the water, as well as the temperature of the seat. Sometimes in Japan, you'll see toilets where there's a sink on top of the tank. With these ones, you have to flush first, and then water will start coming out of the tap for you to wash your hands. That water then gets collected and used for the next flush. So that's all for inside the apartment. Now we're going to show you around the building, which is something we haven't shared before. Our building is categorized as a mansion type, which in Japan generally refers to a multi-unit residential building that's constructed with concrete and are known to be pretty sturdy and solid. On one end of the spectrum, there are simple low-rise mansions like ours, and then on the other end, there are also some really fancy high-rise mansions out there, and those usually have more amenities and are overall more luxurious. Our building is actually quite well maintained, so it's a bit sad that it's going to be demolished soon. One thing that we'll really miss about living in a big complex like this is the fact that there's a garbage room where we can take our trash out anytime, and there's staff who will bring it all out on collection day according to schedule, since there's different days for paper collection, bottle collection, burnable trash, etc. Another thing we'll miss is this nice path that leads to the train station. We love seeing how the plants change through the seasons, as well as seeing the cute animals that hang out here. But we also might not miss it because it's a 15-minute walk without any shade, which can get really tough in the summer. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this final tour of our home. We're gonna start packing everything up now for the move, so in our next video, we'll be seeing you at the new place. We can't wait to get settled and start brainstorming ideas on how to decorate. It's gonna be really fun, so please stay tuned, wish us luck on our move, and we'll see you in the next video.